Star quality.
I got it. I got this. You got it. You got it. My chart says so. Look at me go. Sun moon rising. It's all about time. It's all about time. Earthlings. What's it all mean? What's it all mean?
Star quality.
What's it all mean? What's it all mean? Mean.
Star quality.
No, dude, really, what does it all mean?
I got it. You got it. We got it. Star quality. Star quality. Hello, everybody. Welcome back, Star Party people. It is Star Quality. I am your host, Stevie Goldstein, your astrologer, and it is a full moon. So we are going to get into a lunation episode for today. Oh my gosh, what's up? How is everyone? Please let me know in the comments how the astro weather has been treating you. 2025. Who said it was going to be a chill year, right? I don't think I ever said that. I don't think any astrologer has said that. I think just because it's so funny, like looking back now to how retrogrady and crunchy and slow the beginning of the year was with January through April. Not that I'm nostalgic for that time at all, because it was pretty difficult on some other levels, but yeah, just all these things in retrospect, you don't know what you got till it's gone, right? And that slowness was maybe what was on the menu. And yeah, for me right now, we're still in Mercury retrograde. It ends in a couple days and it has not slowed time at all. Maybe what was I thinking with a fire Mercury sign with Leo? It has only just made things louder and more dramatic. I was actually chatting in the chat here on the Star Quality Substack. So if you would like to upgrade your membership and join our chat, we were talking about how like this Mercury retrograde, I will never underestimate Leo's impact on romantic relationships ever again. And this is the good reminder too, that in astrology, we are studying as we go. We are learning as we go. We are observing as we go. And like, this is just going in my astrology notes notebook. Never ever underestimate Leo and relationships. I think, of course, we hear about relationships with Taurus and Libra, but with Leo being matters of the heart, our passion, standing up for itself, that fixed fire, like, does this work for fucking me? Which comes back into the relationships discussion. And of course, Mercury retrograde, making, visiting back to what's important, what's not important. Just had to say again, both in personally and then even like celeb news. We've been seeing like a lot of random relationships and breakups and things. So curious your thoughts. You can always sound off in the comments and then also in the chat. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm an astrologer and life observer and I'm going to break down this full moon. So this full moon is having an Aquarius. I love Aquarius full moons. I think I just have a fondness for Aquarius full moon. They're such a quirky sign. Maybe it's my 11th house stellium, not to like one-to-one it, but hey, sometimes the one-to-ones are accurate. And maybe just because like full moon, I had my bachelorette during an Aquarius full moon. I like just will always think of Aquarius full moons as this time to really be with your people and to yeah, it's like this halfway summer mid-year. I know we're past that, but it feels like a check-in of just like, okay, like where's the future going, right? Because since Aquarius is tied to community and groups, but also our future and innovating what we already have and, getting up to speed with the times. So we'll look at this full moon in Aquarius, and then that is happening just in the early hours of August 9th. So Pacific time where I'm based, it is at 12:55 a.m. So 55 minutes after midnight. And that is on August 9th, 2025. Currently recording this during the 8/8 Lionsgate. aka a woo bitch's favorite holiday. So shout out to my woo bitches. If you're listening, you probably are one. And booches, bitches is gender neutral. So anyone can be a woo bitch. It's all in the spirit, not in the technicalities. So I will get into this full moon. I'm going to look at the aspects in the chart, paint the full story of what this full moon might be trying to tell us as a people. And there always will be a free chunk of this episode, and I'll get into the aspects of the lunation. Once I get into the aspects of the full chart, that will be on the other side of the paywall. But, feel free to join me over there. I would love maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking I'm getting a Mercury retrograding right now. I'm like, I would love to get some more people in the third space. And I'm very understanding that like finances are crazy right now. So I'm wondering if I could run a flash sale deal, if that would be intriguing to y'all. But if you don't know, currently the third space is for paid supporters of this podcast and newsletter, Star Quality. This is a independently user supported platform. So the more people that come in and support, the more things I can make for you. And for $7.77 a month, which basically for buying me one coffee for the month, which I appreciate because I need it, an iced latte with oat milk, please. And I can tip the barista. You will be getting all the weekly horoscopes. They also get paid well, but I always get the first few days and the rest of the week is there. So it's great for daily planning. When I tell you, I go back to my own weekly horoscopes all the time because here's the thing in both what I'm doing right now, podcasting and forecasting, in horoscope writing, and also in my readings. I just did an event and just had like a bunch of readings like back to back. I've been doing a lot of events lately, which has been great. I like love events. I love parties. Blame it on my Aries moon, sextile Mercury and Gemini, like 5 minute reading. Oh, I can pack a lot in a little. Let's get your life right. You'll already have like a few months ahead, which is a side plug. We be plugging. If you'd like to book a reading, I have some times in August. So come on through, get your reading. I've been seeing a lot of you lately, which has been just warming my heart. That also means I know that things are also usually a little kooky. Usually people come to get readings when things are happening. So, but also if maybe things aren't happening and you want to just get in realign with your purpose or how you want to spend the rest of the year or what you want to look at ahead for 2026. So I do have readings available. You can go to my show notes and book a time or email me directly if there's no times that work for you. But I try to put a variety of times on the calendar. What was I saying? I was saying something else before I went to that side tangent. Um, Horoscope. Oh, I come back to my horoscopes. I literally do because I go into sort of trance state when I like right now when I'm recording, when I do readings, when I write my horoscopes. Like, of course, I'm using like materials, like research materials, ephemerises, trusted resources, online resources to like, look at the trend, like using my software to look at the transits and the aspects and things. So like I'm using tools, right? But it's a flow state that I get into when I am crafting these. So a lot of times I forget what I wrote, like I know it when I'm posting it in the moment. I have a general sense, but so many times I'll go back and be like, what the fuck did I write for Thursday? On Thursday. And so I'll go look, and this actually helped me. My own horoscope helped me when I was on vacation, when I was traveling for my art residency, which my God, we can get into it with this Mercury retrograde. Is everyone else behind on like everything? I feel so behind on like I have so many people I need to text back. I have so many like photos and things I need to like, I'm like, what do I do with this? Like, I can't tell if it's me wanting to share less personal things online or if I'm just like have too much to edit and organize. I don't know. I'm curious how everyone's feeling in that regard. Um, Anywho, but when I was out in Niagara Falls, I was at this like waterfall, like the Cave of the Winds, which is like this big, you get wet, immersive thing. And I was with my very sweet, neat husband, and we just went on a boat. Like we just got misted. We just did this whole thing. We like just spent the whole day doing stuff. But again, I said Aries Moon, Gemini Mercury, more. How do you like it? How do you like it? And there's this thing, it's like you had to watch an 8 minute movie, but then you could go down, then you could be in this like hurricane force cat one winds with water. And I was like, I kind of want to do this. And he was like, I don't, but I will hold your bag and go for it. And then I was like, "Ugh, I don't want to like stand in line by myself. Like, I am hungry. We were about to leave and go eat. And this will add like another 45 minutes, but I don't know." And it was just waffling. It was also like Libra hour, um, like Libra rising time during Venus hour. It was like, okay, like truly just waffling and could not decide. And then I was like, wait, let me look at my horoscope that I write. And then I looked in the horoscope for that day. I should find it, but it was like something, something, something like basically you only live once, peel off from the pack. And that was the phrase that made me go, okay, I'm bye boo. I'm going to go in the waterfall. And so I did. He held my bag, which was, I was so grateful too, because it was like one of those things where everything you have is going to get wet. And didn't really come prepared that day for that. So I went and I did make a TikTok of that, which was very cute and fun. But yeah, my own horoscope made me go, oh, break off from the pack and just do it. And I was like, oh, I kept, and it's the same thing, I think, when you like flip a coin, right? Like, oh, I should I go to the waterfall? You flip a coin, yes or no. If it had said no, I would have felt the type of way, right? But if it said yes, I would have also felt the type of way. So sometimes hearing a decision get made helps you make your own decision. Doesn't mean you have to follow what I write or what any astrologer writes or forecasts to a T, right? But if it brings up a feeling, and this is what we're doing, we're trying to just like get to know ourselves and our instincts and what we want to do more. And I will say my last rant about horoscopes and doing things is I've found like literally 10 out of 10 times, it's like if you're there, just do it. Like I started to negotiate with myself in that waterfall moment, like, well, maybe when I come back, I'll do it one day. And I'm like, when am I coming back to Niagara Falls? Truthfully, maybe in my lifetime, I would love to go again in my lifetime, but when am I going to be in this moment right now, willing and ready to go get soaked in the cave of the winds? Like, so and this too, like, same with like getting a photo. I'm big on this. Like, you get to a place, you see something, you're like, oh, I want to get a photo with this. When anyone starts to be like, we'll get it at the end, do not trust them because you don't know if it will be there at the end. Just go get your fucking quick photo. It takes 2 minutes. Um, my rant. That's my rant. And then maybe if it's still there, then you can go back and do more pose photos at the end. Oh my God, it's still there, whatever it is, this object or sightseeing thing. But um, we only have now. We only freaking have now. Okay. Um, I don't even like I don't even know if I have the space to give a life catch up. I think wellness check-in for me, it's just like I was gone on the road for 40 days. I came back in July. July was a fucking blur. July was like catching up on life, catching up on social life, catching up on work life. And then I had a sweet, sweet Aquarius friend, Stevie B, friend of the pod, friend of the astrology universe, stay with me for a week with her boyfriend Pug, which was fantastic. I love them. But hosting also like throws off your schedule. So like I had friends in town for a week. I still have the pull out bed out. Like, oh my God, I need to clean. Like I, yeah. Uh Again, all champagne problems. I'm lots of things are cooking and happening. It's just finding like time management. How does anyone do this? Is this just like a quest I will always be on? Is this because I was born with Saturn conjunct Uranus and Neptune and like time will always be an escape? Like what will escape me, I should say. I don't know. That's my current reflections of now, but I'm going to sip my coffee. This is on video. I'm on video. I'm actually trying a new format, which is always fun to experiment with in Mercury retrograde. I'm back in the clouds, my happy place. And I will be screen sharing the chart and going through, like, I'll be showing the different aspects. And I also think, too, why I love checking in on the lunations as a moon ruled person. The moon is affecting the day to day. It's affecting like where all these other planets might be slower or longer or more revealing over time. Like the moon is here for like a couple days, right? Or it's setting up this theme, especially from lunation to lunation. And I think also looking at aspects in a mundane transit chart, like a lunation chart, is gonna maybe give some insights to you, reading for your own transits or reading for your own natal charts or friends' natal charts. So this is a space to all also learn together. Yeah. So let me pull up the chart and we're gonna take a look at the full moon in Aquarius. All right, let me pull this thing up. Okay, we are screen sharing the chart. If you are watching on video, then you will see that. If not, audio is all good. I will describe everything. I just re-recorded the last this intro because I am having tech fear. So I really hope this works this way I'm doing this. Again, if anyone has a preferred way they like to record themselves with a screen like a talking head, I feel like Zoom doesn't do it. I tried it on Canva, but sometimes the like upload things can be risky. Anyways, I'm open to technical suggestions and advice. Does anyone want to be my like tech person, my intern? I could give you readings. I don't know. We could figure out a payment system. Just a fun thought. Maybe there's someone out there that loves to do this and can make this sexy. I sort of love how the astrology podcast has like for the paid people, they can watch the recording. I feel like I would maybe vomit from being watched in that process. Maybe no. Okay. Scratch that record. Then maybe there's another, maybe there's another way. Maybe a live chat um could be something fun. But I my Pluto's in the fifth house. I can't be seen in process. That would be just too much. Uh, anyways, let's talk about this Aquarius full moon. But before we do, I think it's worth noting that Mars just moved into Libra. Okay, I'm gonna get more into this on the other side of the paywall, but Mars just moved into Libra. I just wrote a newsletter about this and people seem to love it. I got a lot of texts about it. So thank you to those who resonated. Um, I cannot I cannot undermine the importance of commenting on the post. If you liked it, please comment, even if it's just a this hit. It helps so much. It brings into the Substack algorithm. People find it through the app. It helps me chart and things. So, like, if you see something, say something. If something hits, please let me know that it hits. And yeah, I appreciate your interactions, liking things, resharing, sending, all that. Again, I'm an indie girl in a non-indie world. So anything in that regard is super helpful. So I want to get into this. I'll get into it more after the paywall. Mars is moving to Libra, sort of a big deal. We're in this fucking Mars Saturn opposition. I will never underestimate Mars oppositional things. After that Pluto retrograde, no, excuse me, Mars retrograde opposition to Pluto earlier in the year. Oh, that was so crunchy and nasty with Mars retrograde. Oh, it was so much. But what's happening, and it's sort of hard to maybe see in my software, but like we're in this kite right now. Do you see like I'm taking my cursor around this kite formation, and this kite is aspect is being made with like a grand sextile with Saturn and Neptune, Uranus, Pluto, and then Mars. So Saturn, Neptune, Saturn and Neptune, Uranus and Pluto making a grand sextile. Then Saturn, Neptune, excuse me, then Pluto, Uranus, and Mars making a grand trine. So it makes this big kite. Why does that matter? Kites, the shape in the charts, similar to right a kite in the sky. We are seeing where our ideas, where where things can go. How high can it go? How much wind, energy, where can we take these things? And especially with like this is an interesting kite because it's all the outer planets and then it's the malefics. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what the fuck does that mean? Malefics do, no matter where you're at in your life, malefics do remove things. That is just what they do. Mars, in the similar to like war, surgery, etc., it cuts things out. Saturn puts a boundary. So this is seen this elevated thing of like how much can we like get rid of in a way, like right, like this feels like, and this could be emotionally getting rid of. Maybe there's just something that doesn't bother us anymore. We're above the noise. um all this being tied to like air and fire is also about, I think, ideas that are coming in, passions that we're stoking. And it's so personal too, because we have Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Again, I know this is an air trine, but all of them are connected to people, to groups. And this feels like peeling away from any group think or group behavior. Maybe some people are going to see some truth that was hard to see. But yeah, I'll get more. And there's also fucking, now I'm seeing this like fucking rectangle going around. There's a lot of interesting shapes happening in this chart, but I will, I just got the strong urge to pull a tarot card. I'll do that at the end. I'll do that at the paywall. I'll pull a card for us. Um, I didn't roll my astrology dice today. I'll do that too. Oh my God, this is very Mercury. I'm like a little, the coffee's starting to hit. See, for $7.77. See, I don't even have, I'm drinking coffee out of a wine glass, stemless. So, anyways, this is what's happening. And this is also the big news in this lunation chart. So, fun fact, I'm going to come back. Let's talk about the aspects that are being made to the moon. And then after the paywall, we'll get into all the juicy stuff that I just teased there. And we'll do a pool. We'll do a roll and we'll do a card pool. Okay. Sound good? Great. Let's do it. Um, a good reminder too that this is set for my time zone and location. The rising sign for the chart is going to depend on where you live as well. So, adjust for your time zone. But I think it can give some interesting insights to your like local chart, right? Like of what's maybe this LA is, we got Uranus on the rising there with the Gemini rising. So yeah, again, feels very friend idea waking uppy sort of vibe. And oh my God, this is just a tease for what we'll talk about soon. We're in this Venus Jupiter conjunction. Hello. And it's going to be exact right after Mercury retrograde. Lots about, again, who we're like spending time with feels really, really loud. So let me pull this here. So interesting. Obviously, Aquarius full moon is always in Leo season. Opposite sun and moon is a full moon. A new moon is when we have the sun and moon in the same sign. And what do you know? There's no aspects being made to this moon besides its opposition to the sun. Is the sun getting anything? Nope. No, it ain't. Um, Not impossible, but rare, right? Like if you've been around here for a minute, you've seen these full and new moon episodes, and usually there's something going on, maybe one other planet in the mix or this. And no, just on its island. I don't know why I highlighted Mercury. I'll come over to there in a second. Um, so we have this full moon in Aquarius, opposite the sun in Leo. Leo and Aquarius access. Maybe let's access, and you shall receive. Getting access to this axis is actually really difficult because Leo and Aquarius, I would say at their highest, are two of the most confident signs in the zodiac. They are the rock star and the pop star, and who each one wants to be can probably depend on the day and their mood. This Leo sun sign season is this time of getting back to ourselves, getting back to our hearts on the matter. This is why I think a lot of the relationship stuff is coming up for people. And then on the other side is Aquarius, which is about more big pictures, our place in the world. Leo is very much like our place in our day to day life, and Aquarius is like our place in the big picture sort of world. So when this is just chilling with no other aspects, this feels really just in its lane. There's no outside influence from other planets. And this is just all of a sudden I'm getting that download of that hermit year we're in for the tarot. We're in a 9 year, it's 2025, 2 + 2 + fucking 5, 4 + 5 = 9. We're in this hermit year. And this really feels like, again, with Leo, it's the me, and Aquarius does represent the we. Who am I with you? Who am I without you? This can be jobs. This can be work. Like this can be like, again, the things we've been in, the worlds we've built. I think maybe it's because we're also mid-decade. Sometimes it can feel really like how the hell did I get here? Like, oh, one day I woke. It feels like, when you get so used to your life, it can just feel like, oh my God, one day I woke up and I've just been doing this sort of stuff. And so again, this kite is offering a lot of change, removal, shifts, um, maybe also some things that might sound like downgrades, but are actually necessary pivots also is coming to mind. I consider myself an intuitive astrologer. So sometimes, and it's been loud, like the intuitiveness, maybe it's since Lilydale. I just did a psychic intuition class with my friend Honor, whose birthday it is today, 8 Lionsgate. And we did a psychic intuitive class with Wendy, who owns Pure Heart Collective, where I do readings and also mark your calendars and let me know your interests. I'm going to be doing some astrology 101 courses there, I think in September and or October. Um, I believe, and hear me out, because this is again, I'm an 11th houser. I'm thinking it'll be a 4-part series, entry to astrology, class one, planets, maybe signs, whatever. Here it is. Planets, class one planets, class two signs, class three houses, class four aspects. What do you think? That's the core four to me. Like that is the core four building blocks of learning astrology. Everything else is like gravy, like everything else is extra gravy on the table. Um, so anywho, how did I get to this aside? I don't fucking know, but it's there. Maybe it's because again, Aquarius community building. But back into the intuitive downloads. The intuitive download right there is this can again be looking around your space and where are you fitting in? Or are you just going along? Because if you've been just going along, I think that that's not feeling good, right? And of course, like sometimes we just aren't a time like, I don't want to think that much. I'm just going to go into flow. I make decisions for me, XYZ. That is totally fine. But there's something, Aquarius is a rebel. And so if you don't maybe find what it is that you actually want to push back against, you could find yourself starting to rebel against maybe innocent bystanders, where you might be taking out some of that like frustration, maybe not being as far as you thought you would be. But like, dude, comparison, thief of joy, fucking every time. So, um, not to say that there's not much to say about this, but they are when there's no other aspects, when there's no other conversations from the planets, and that doesn't, we're not done talking about this lunation chart because the thing is, all the other planets are having a lot of conversations. It's just not the moon and the sun. So the conscious and the subconscious are there to sort of be on their own, not really take any shit from anyone else, and to just get back to who you are and what you need. Very simple. Um, and maybe a simple lesson is needed, especially during Mercury retrograde and during a time that feels a little volatile, right? Like it's okay to like not engage. It's okay to not feed the trolls. It's okay to not yeah, it's okay to bow out of a fight. It's okay to bow out. Like, I mean, if I could suggest anything to anyone at this point in time, I do think it's not even about taking the high road. It's just about like be like, I'm not even getting on the road. I am not giving you like ammo or um I don't know, like a reason. It's like give them nothing. And you know who your them is, right? Maybe this is your partner, maybe this is friends, maybe this is family, this is your job, maybe this is just to yourself. But it's like there's no need to give anyone like, see, she does respond when I do there. This. Like it's like it doesn't need to be, I mean, God, easier said than done with these season. Not everything that needs to be so heightened or dramatic because there's, and maybe it's the desensitization to actually fucked up things that we've been living in this rise of fascism in the United States. Again, I'm based in Los Angeles, speaking from a California perspective. It has still been extremely hard in Los Angeles seeing people afraid to go outside because they're just targeting brown people because of ICE and literally fuck ICE. Um, so there's actual things to be really upset about. And let's not, if you're sitting here like, why, like, astrology is not political, blah, blah, like, I don't know how you got this far with me because it is, because it's about society here on earth and how we interact with humans and how we take care of each other and the lessons that we're here to all learn together. And so, too, maybe the drama that is circulating during this Leo time, like, then do something. The Aquarius answer is like, then fucking do something. Go volunteer. And again, it could be like with your local pet shelter, right? It could be driving, folks to go get safe abortions so they're not harassed. Like It could be whatever. And I know that can be maybe a little like one to one, like Aquarius and like community and volunteering. It's like, but maybe we need the reminder. Maybe sometimes the things in astrology are so simple and archetypal because we need those reminders of being whole in ourselves, Leo, and then also not forgetting to bring others with us, Aquarius. Generosity begets more fortune. I feel like that has been coming up so much for me this year. I did like a sun tarot card drawing class, and the sun was about generosity. The more you get, the more you should give. Aquarius. It's so about that. And even I just bought this money roller, like an oil, um, from a crystal shop, Spellbound Sky. Love them. They're just about to move from Los Angeles to Palm Springs. And in the magic spells and incantations in this money oil roll, which fucking works. I should put it on right now. Like actually I will when I go to the paywall. Well, that's a great time to put it on. I'll show you it too. On the video, it has like shredded up dollars inside. I mean, I think they're like currency that couldn't be used. Anyways, anywho, maybe. But in that incantation and spell is about giving things forward, right? Like if you can spend, pay it forward. Even when I got that oil and got a reading from Martin at Spellbound Sky, which was on the house, I was just like, oh my God, thank you. And he was like, yeah, like generosity, like I'm gonna get this times 10. And I was like, damn. So think about that too. Maybe if you're in a business, and I know businesses are struggling, where can you provide something that's a freebie that anyone can have that is all entry accessible? Um, Something I continue to ask myself too. I mean, this is why I keep this section free. And if you want to keep going and support, it's there. There's always going to be something you can take away from this. I think if you just listen to justice, you could be able to take something away from this today and apply it to your life. But if you, again, if you have the means, great. Also, means can also be spreading the word. And, you know, again, I don't think you guys know, for anyone that runs a business, especially if it operates in the online space, how far a like, a comment, a save, a share goes. It is our currency right now. Like the internet's very astute, time to talk about it with Aquarius. This is a currency, right? Attention and that you're visible is currency. This is why shadow banning and things, it fucks people, especially if they're a small business. So, anyways, zooming back out, right? Where can we give more? Where can we protect? But then also, where can we bring people in with no fucking ego, with no receipts, with no strings, right? Um, Not altruism. Can altruism exist? Again, sound off in the chat. So I think that that is a really big lesson, and I'll paint the fuller picture too once I get over into the rest of the chart. But yeah, for now, this Aquarius full moon, if you can take away anything, is that message of belonging. Where are you belonging? Where can you, um, yeah, like just again, not participate in drama and rise above it, like with the kite, not giving anyone any like ammo or bait, and then also to give more back. Um, if you have the capacity to give, because giving from an empty cup is not going to help anyone either. Okay, I mean, I have a lot to say about the rest of the chart. I want to get into it. This Venus Jupiter conjunction, also no aspects being made besides its own conjunction, I find very interesting. Um, we'll talk more about this, the aspects going on in this kite formation too. And what the fuck is going on with Mercury retrograde as we're winding down. And so we'll get into all of that. But this is where the free section ends. So thank you for listening. Please sign up for the third space. We're a great group. We're chatting, we're interacting. You can get the rest of this episode and all the other paywall content. And also, too, if you become a founding member, you do get a free 15-minute chart reading with me via FaceTime or Zoom, and then you get discounts for your reading. So if you're someone that comes to me for readings, and a lot of you are, it's kind of a great deal because then you get, I think it's 33% off. I gotta double check. And you get three of them. So you could use it for yourself, you could gift it for a friend, etc. And also, please let me know if there's any other perks you would like to see, because I'm happy to consider those in the equation too. But for now, I'm gonna go get my money roller. I'm gonna show you it over on the paywall side. And please enjoy this full moon and let's get into the rest of this chart.